Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. So, have you ever looked at a play and the outcome wasn't good, but you've kind of wondered if maybe you should have given that player some credit for things that he may not have completed in terms of results? Those are questions that I face on a regular basis. It's kind of a convoluted way of saying it, I suppose, but this is a convoluted play. So what we're looking at is a fade route from Grambling State wide receiver Chad Williams. Let's take a look at it the first time. And what you're going to see is Williams in his upper left-hand side, inside out move, work over the top. Official calls touchdown, but it's maybe not a touchdown. Juggles it once, juggles it twice, juggles it a third time, ball falls out at the end there. Look at it again. It's a nice play scooping that out, and look at how he drags that back foot. There's a number of nice things about this play when you really look at him pull that ball away from the defender. Let's see if we can see it again from here. Watch him get his hands up. The fact that he had his hands high and with his palms facing the ball gave him position to pull that ball skyward away from the defender, who had really good position on Williams' hips on this fade route. He pulls it up, but because he's pulling it up, well, he loses a little control of the ball here. But I love how Williams stays with it. He gets one foot on the ground. He brings the ball down again, has both hands on the top point of the ball. He's trying to pull that ball downward. And he loses control of it again. But look at the concentration where he drags his back toe as well as his front toe. One toe in, getting control, but not quite there. Now it looks like he has control. He's still got his foot in bounds, and the hand was above the ground just enough once he got control. So there's a number of good aspects to this play, but he ultimately drops the ball. How do you score some of the things that he did? Is the fact that he dropped the ball something that you would dismiss the fact that he does a good job of high pointing this? Do you have to score against the fact that he doesn't high point a ball well because he didn't catch it? Or do you give him the credit for the fact that he can extend fully for the ball? He can maintain concentration to get a second chance and a third chance opportunity. That he shows boundary awareness even though he didn't catch the ball. He kept this target alive at 3 different points while at the boundary so that he can stay in bounds, and it's ultimately right here where he loses that opportunity to make the play. I look at this and I say, he high pointed the ball successfully. Doesn't matter whether he caught it. It matters whether he shows the form or not to be in position to make the catch. So I'm going to count it that he does a good job of high pointing the football. Especially when he used good hands technique. It was just a difficult grab to make, but he earned that hands technique is what earned him this second chance opportunity, because the ball wasn't flying wildly away from him when he makes this play. When he high points it and pulls it away, the ball may be floating away because he has to adjust his body to pull it in and maintain position at the boundary. But because he high pointed it the way he did, the ball's only floating with him in a way where it's not ricocheting off. Because it's floating with him, he has a chance to make these types of plays. So I'm going to give him credit for that. I'm going to give him credit for playing within the boundary and dragging the first and second foot here and showing the awareness of where the boundary is to keep in bounds, even though he couldn't integrate the footwork with his handwork here to maintain possession of the ball. He doesn't get credit for catching the ball or making a difficult grab, but he does get credit for all these other tools that lend to a good catch. and lend to techniques that will make good future catches. So those are things that I look at when I'm examining a prospect. And you have some of these naughty situations where maybe the outcome wasn't optimal, but you still want to give credit for the process, or at least the processes that were successful. And the way that I see this, there were many successful processes in play here, just not enough of them for him to have the desired final outcome. Chad Williams, pretty good concentration there, pretty athletic guy. Looking forward to seeing more of his tape, because I gotta tell you, that's a play that looks pretty good in the NFL. You know, Brent Grimes is a cornerback, long-term cornerback who can get high like this, get leap over a guy like this with position and make this type of a play, and you finish it. You're one of the top wide receivers playing on Sundays when you're doing that, if you finish the play. And I bet you Williams finishes a lot of these plays, even though he didn't finish this one. That's something that's left to be seen. But thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, the RSP Film Room, or my blog at www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.